A very good morning all of you. Welcome to lecture number 33. In this lecture we are going to talk about encoders and decoders. So major focus will be on encoders for today's lecture, but like your multiplexer, demultiplexer are interconnected each other. Similarly your encoders and decoders also interconnected. Here encoders and decoders are interconnected. Let's take a simple example to understand how these encoders and decoders are interconnected each other. Simple example to understand the relationship between encoders and decoders. Let's have a keyboard and it is connected to CPU, and you have a display here. So your keyboard you are going to enter 0 to 9 or A to Z or symbols. Okay, so these analog symbols cannot be understood by your CPU or your digital system. So in order to understood by your CPU or digital system, you need to have one circuit here. This circuit is nothing but encoding circuit. So your encoding circuit will take the inputs from the analog world like 0 to 9, A to Z and symbols, will produce a binary output. So please remember, your encoder encodes analog quantities like numbers and alphabets and symbols into a binary output. This binary output will be given to CPU or your arithmetic logic unit, whatever it is. It does all the required operation. Now you need to display your answer. So your answer cannot be displayed in the binary form. You are supposed to display back to the analog form. In this case you are going to use one more circuit here. This is nothing but your decoder circuit. This decoder circuit will decode your binary information into analog form. So that means these two encoder and decoder circuits are useful and interconnect to each other to communicate with the digital system with the analog world. Suppose if I press 5 here or 5 plus 2, so your 5 plus 2 calculation will be done in the CPU and 7 will be produced. The binary 7 will be produced. The binary 7 will be applied to the decoder circuit. The decoder circuit will display decimal 7 at the output side. So this is how your encoders and decoders play a major role in communicating with the real world. So before designing encoder circuit, we'll see what is meant by encoder. Encoder does the operation of encoder does a reverse operation. It is the reverse operation of decoding or vice versa. Your decoder is doing the reverse operation of encoder doing the reverse operation of decoder. Your encoder circuits or encoder converts familiar numbers, for example your decimal numbers 0 to 9 or octal number 0 to 7 or hexadecimal number 0 to F or symbols like your addition, subtraction or question mark, okay, all kind of symbols to a coded format, or simply you can say binary format. So this is the job of encoder. Encoders converts your numbers like your octal numbers or decimal numbers or hexadecimal numbers into a binary format. The moment you press a particular decimal number or particular octal number, the equivalent binary number will be displayed at the output side. So that means your encoder will have 2 power n inputs and we are going to have n outputs. So this most of the time this statement is true. In certain cases there is exceptional. Suppose you are having, let's say, 8 inputs, so that means you are going to have 3 output lines. Sometimes we call 2 power n to n encoder, or sometimes we call it the 2 power n line to n line encoder also. So in encoder, at a given point of time, this is very important in encoder circuit, at any time only one input is activated, rest will, that means you are going to press either 0 or 1 or 2 or 3 at a given instant of time. So the corresponding binary output will be displayed at the output side. So this is all about your encoders. Now we'll try to see some examples of encoders. Let's take some examples of encoders. Octal to binary encoder, that means you are going to give octal number, is going to produce the binary equivalent, or decimal to BCD encoder. Okay, sometimes we call the same as 3 line to, sometimes we call this as 8 line to 3 line encoder. This will be 10 line to 4 line encoder. Okay, we have different other encoders where you can convert hexa to binary. Okay, so this is all about basics. Now we'll try to construct octal to binary encoder. How you are going to construct? I will try to construct octal to binary encoder. So this is your problem. If you look at here, you are going to have total 8 inputs and supposed to have 3 outputs. So that means your combination logic circuit block diagram looks something like this. You are going to have 8 inputs. I'm making it as D0 to D7, those 8 inputs, or you can name it as 0 to 7 also, both are fine. And you are going to have 3 output lines. I'm just making it as A0, A1 and A2, where my A2 is MSB and A0 is my LSB. Now I'm going to design a circuit for converting your octal numbers into binary numbers. So I need to form a truth table with the input and output. So I'm going to have 8 inputs. Now let us construct the truth table for the octal to binary encoder. So you're going to have 8 inputs: D0, D1, D2, D3, D4, D5, D6 and D7. As I said, at a given instant of time only one input is activated, and you're going to have 3 outputs: A2, A1 and A0. So the moment I press D0 1 means it is get pressed and rest will be 0. That means those are not pressed. So you are going to get all zeros as output. You are supposed to get that. We are interested. Then we press the 1, then rest will be zeros. Then you are going to get 0 0 1. Similarly, press D2, you are going to get 0 1 0. Then D4, then D3, that will be 0 1 1, and D4 will be 1 0 0. Then D5 will be 1 0 1, and D6 will be 1 1 0, and finally D7. So if you look at here, only one input is enabled, or only one input is pressed at a given point of time. Ideally you are supposed to take 2 power 8 combinations. Since you have 8 inputs, for 8 input you are supposed to take 2 power 8 combination, but the condition that only one input is activated at any point of time. That means if you consider the first case, you are having 0 0 1, any other combination will be don't care. So 1, any other don't care. Once one input is 1, you don't have to consider the other inputs. That's how you are going to design our circuit. That's why we don't consider all possible combination of 2 power 8. We consider only whenever the one particular input is 1, that we are considering. Now we got the input and required output. Now we need to design one circuit for A2, one circuit for A1, one circuit for A0. If I write it for A0, so A0 is 1 at this point of time, at this point of time, at this point of time, at this point of time. If you look at here, this will be 1, then 3, then 5 and 7. So that means you can write as D1 plus D3 plus D5 plus D7. Similarly, if you write it for A1, if you take for A1, it will be D2 plus D3 plus D6 plus D7. If you take for A2, it will be 4 5 6 7, D4, D5, D6 and D7. So now I can construct my circuit by using these output lines directly. So that means you are going to take D0 to D8 as input side, okay, and you are going to connect your circuit. Let's pick my inputs here: D0, D1, D2, D3, D4, D5, D6 and D7, and I'm going to take 3 OR gate, 1 OR gate for A0, 1 OR gate for A1, 1 OR gate for A2. So first I'll take first OR gate. This is for A0. I'm going to take one more OR gate here. This is for A1 and one more OR gate here, and this is for A2. Now I'm going to connect 1 3 5 7. That means 1, then 3, then 5 and 7. So this is my A0 output. Similarly, if I take for A1 2 3 5 7, two, then 3, then 6, then 7. So this is for your A1. Now let's make it for A2. A2 will be 4 5 6 7. That means 4, then 5, then 6, then 7. So this is how you are going to construct your 8-line to a 3-line encoder or octal to binary encoder. That means the moment you give octal number, that between 0 to 7 is going to produce a binary equivalent of your octal number. So this entire thing will be in the box now. So this entire circuit will be in the box. We will see only this one. So that means you are going to have something like this. You are going to have 3 output lines: A0, A1, A2, and you are going to have input as D0 to D7. This is your 823 encoder. Now we will simulate the same circuit in DEET software. If you look at here, these are the octal numbers 0 to 7. These are the three output lines which represent the binary equivalent of your octal numbers. Okay, we have connected each OR gate. First one will be 1357, 2367 and 4567 inputs to the each OR gate, and the output will give you the binary representation of octal numbers. We'll try to run the simulation. When nothing is pressed means ideally it is 0, equivalent to 0, so all the zeros are there. The moment if I press 1, it becomes 001. Here is my LSB, here is my MSB. The moment if I press 7, all ones will appear. Please remember, in encoder application only one input should be enabled at a given point of time. Similarly 6 110, then 5 101, then 4 100, then 3 011 and 2 010, 1 will be 001. If you press more than one input, so it is not showing either 5 or 6. If you look at it, this output is 7. That's why you should always have a condition that only one input should be enabled. If more than one input is enabled, you have to design a separate circuit that will come in the next few minutes. That is nothing but a priority encoder where you are going to define the priority. Even if more than one input is enabled, still the input with higher priority will appear at the output side. So if you look at this circuit, this circuit is converting octal number 0 to 7 into equivalent binary numbers. Now we are going to construct a decimal to BCD encoder. Decimal to BCD encoder. If you look at here, you need decimal inputs. That means you are supposed to use 0 to 9. That means you are going to have 10 inputs. And out of these 10 inputs, only one input is activated at a time. And if you look at this here input side and output side, you are supposed to have 4 output lines. So that means you can call this as 10 line to 4 line encoder, which is encoding decimal numbers 0 to 9 to the binary or BCD numbers, or you can call it the binary equivalent, or you can also call it binary equivalent also. So that means you're going to have a combined circuit in this box. We will design this circuit in a moment, and it's going to have inputs D0 to D9 to all your decimal numbers right from 0 to 9, and you're going to have 4 output lines A0 to A3. Now this here decimal to BCD encoder. Now we'll try to construct. First we'll try to form the truth table and as well as the output sum expression for the each. And first we'll form the truth table for input and outputs. So if you look at here, instead of taking 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10, 9. So if you take, you're going to write 10 columns, and each column you're going to, now at the input side you're going to have 0 to 9. As I said, at an instant at time only one input will be enabled, remaining all are 0. So I'm assuming that condition directly. Instead of taking a bigger truth table, I'm just going to take only, I'm going to take only D0, D1, D2, D3, D4, D5, D6, D7, D8 and D9. So list all other combinations, whatever other combinations are zeros. Here also same thing. So that means this will be equal to decimal 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So these are my decimal inputs. For that I am supposed to get a BCD output. So these are my input. So at a given point of time only one input is activated. My output says I'm supposed to have A3, A2, A1 and A0. The moment if I press all D0 or 0 is pressed, you are going to get all 0. Then 1 will be 0, 0, 1. Then 0010, then 011. For 4 will be 0100, 5 will be 0101 and 0110, then 0111, then 1 00, then 1001. So when you press D7 or 7 of decimal number is going to produce 041 as my output. So I'm supposed to make one circuit for A3 and another circuit for A2 and A1 and A0. If I make output expression for A0, I'm supposed to write 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9. So D1, D3, D5, D7 and D9. Similarly, if I take for A1, 2, 3, 2, 3, then 6, 7, no other place, then A2 will be 4, 5, 6, 7, then A3 will be D8 plus D9. So these are my circuit for A0, circuit for A1, A2 and A3. Now I'm going to construct my circuit by considering input and output combinations in a moment. So what I'm going to consider is, so I'm supposed to consider D9, D8, D7, D6, D5, D4, D3, D2, D1 and D0. I'm supposed to have 4 OR gates. This is one OR gate for A0, then A1, then A2, then A3. So I'm going to connect. So A3 will be D8 plus D9. So I can directly take here. I'm going to connect it to the D8 and D9. So this is over. Now next one will be 4, 5, 6, 7. So D7, D6, D5 and D4. So this all goes to A2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Next one will be 2, 3, 6, 7, 2, 3, then 6, then 7, 6, then 7, then 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5 and 7. So this is my, there is one more input, that is 9. Okay, now if I press, let's say 8, if I press, let's say 8, so it is connected to A3, that means you're going to get output 1, rest will be 0, 0. So if I press 9, your 9 is connected to A0 as well as 9 is connected to A1, that means you're going to get 1, 0, 0, 1. So this is how, the moment you press a decimal number, it's going to produce the BCD equivalent of that particular decimal number. Now we'll see the decimal to BCD encoder. So if you look at here, these are my BCD, these are my decimal inputs 0 to 9, and this is a BCD equivalent output of the decimal number. This is my MSB and this is my LSB. If you look at here, this will be 13579 for the first target, next will be 2367, next will be 4567, next will be 889. As let's start the simulation. The moment I press the 9, it is going to showing 1001. If I press 8, 1001, 7 will be 0777, 6 will be 0 1 1 0, 5 will be 0 1 0 1, then 3 will be 0 0 0 1 1, and so on. If you look at here, your decimal numbers are getting converted to a BCD equivalent of the. If you apply more than one input at the same time, your circuit is neither showing 9 or neither showing 8, so it is going in a different arbitrary state. So to avoid this problem, we design the priority encoder that we'll discuss in the next lecture. Thank you all.